we created the LVM partition. This is what logical volume management, and this is for flexibility. We use it not for redundancy, and we do what for creating these LVM partition. What we did, we use physical disks, and then combining those physical disks, first we convert them, we can create one partitions from them. Either we can use a single disk, or we want to use, then we can use multiple disks. But using those disks, we create partitions from them and then convert them into physical volume. After converting the physical volume, we create the volume group from using those physical volumes which we have converted from the partition. And after the volume group, we can create logical volumes from this volume group of any size. That is also a benefit of this LVM flexibility, that we can create any size of partition, any size of LVM partition from this volume group, and it does not depend on the partitions which we are using. And then after creating the LVM, we want to use it, so for that we will create the file system and then we will mount it. So for creating the partition, we know how to create the partition with the have disk command. Then after creating the partitions, we use it, we convert them into physical volume by using this pv create command. And then to see what the PVs are, we can use pv display. Then by using this PVs, we can create the volume group, and that we can create by using vg create command. And when we create the vg, then we decide the P. So size of the P we decide when we create the VG. By default, if you don't mention anything, it will be 4 MB. And if you want to change the size of P, then you can change by giving this -s option, and then you can mention what will be the size for your P. And what is P? P is the smallest chunk of the data we can allocate to any LVs. That means when we create LV from these volume groups, then we allocate the data to those LVs, and those will be a chunk of these Ps. So if it is by default, it is 4 MB. So if you want to create a partition of 400 MB, that means you will allocate 100 Ps of 4 MB to that. Then we can use this, we can also change this by S option. This is default 4 MB. We can change it to 8 MB, 12 MB, or any. We can increase. If you want to see the detail of your volume group which you create, you can see by using the vg display command. After creating the volume group, we can create the logical volume in that PV, that VG, that is volume group. Now when we create the LV, we have two options to give a size of the P. If we want to give a size in MB or GB, then we use capital L, and then we mention the size in PV, in MBs or GBs. And if we know we want to give a size in PE, then we will use small l. Small l 200 PEs. That means it is, I am not mentioning here MB or GB. It is what PE. That means I am saying create the LVM partition of 200 PEs. Now my PE size is 4 MB, so 200 means it will be 800 MB partition. So this is how we create the LV. Now after creating the LV, the next step is to use those things. So for using it, we use what? We create file system, and then we mount it on a directory, and we make them permanent by adding the entry into the fstep file. So to create file system, the command is same, mkfs dot, then the file system, whatever the file system we want. For example, I want xfs, and then we will mention the path of the LV. Now to check the path of the LV, first what I will do here, after creating the LV, we want to see the detail of LV. For that, to see info of LVs which we created. For that we use command LV display, and it will show you the path also. Now path means what? The path which we use to create the file system, then the path which we use to mount the partition, mount the LVM partition also. So when we use this command, we can see the path of that LV which we created. Then when we use the VG display, then we can see that how many space of the VG we have used for this LV, how many PEs we used. Then we can see the PV display also to check the detail of PV, that how many PVs are used. We have 3 PVs, physical volumes. So from 3 PV physical volumes, which volumes are used to create this LV. So we can check all those things. So we created this LV. Now we can check by using LV display command. Now it is showing that I have created actually 2 LVs. This is my first LV. The name of the LV is this Pali 1. It is created from the VG Psi 1. Now the path for the LV, this is important. The path for the LV is /dev and then the VG name and then the LV name. So this is the path we use to create the file system. We use to mount our LV on any directory. So we will use this path. It is other details are like UUID, read write, it is access, it is giving read write access, status is available, LV size is 800 MB and it is 800 MB is of 200 PE. Now PE means here it says local extent because it is locally used in this LV, and it is 200 and our default size is 4 MB. So 4 MB of 200. So you use 200 times 4 MB, then it will be 800 MB. I have created one more LV, that is Pali 2. The name is Pali 2, which is again created from Psi 1, and the path of this is also same, Psi 1 dev/dev Psi 1 Pali 2, and it is created by using the PE. I created by using 480 PE, and it is now the size is what, 1.88 GB. So now we know the path, so we can use creating the file system command. So for creating the file system, we use command mkfs dot the name of the file system, whatever we want. For example, we can create these file systems. XFS is the default one, so I will use XFS. Then the path of the LV is under dev Psi 1 and then Pali 1, which we created, that is 800 MB, and enter. So it will create the file system in it. And now after creating the file system, we can use it and we can mount it on any directory. So for mounting it, we create one directory first, and remember the path when you create the directory. So this is like I am creating it LV1, and I'm going to mount it on this. So for mounting, again we need a path for the LV. So it is under dev Psi 1 Pali 1, and I want to mount it on this LV1 directory. Now it is mounted. We can check by using df-h command, and this is what, this is our LV, and when we mount the LV, it used by this mapper service. So it is mounted by this mapper service. So when you see the path here in this df command or even a mount command, you will see the path like this: dev mapper, the VG name, and then it shows the LV name. This is the file system. The size is 797. It is almost 800 MB. Some space is used for the file system, and then it is totally free. only 5% is used because of the file system, and it is mounted on LV1. Now it is not permanent, and if I want to make it persistent mount, I want to make it permanent mount, then what I will do, I will first get the BLK ID, and this is the BLK ID UUID of my LV. I will copy this, and then I will add this into FSTep file, and I will add it like this. So it is going to be this UUID, and it is mounted on LV1. The file system is XFS, and again it is defaults, the options are defaults, and done. Now this is permanent, and for the to verify it, I will do what? I will first unmount it. If it is mount, and it is actually mounted LV1. Now I will check by using mount-a command, and it is not giving any error. That means my configuration is okay, and I can verify now by using df command that is it mounted or not. Yes, it is mounted. So now it is mounted here. So what we do, to create file system, we use command mkfs dot the file system which we want with the path of the VPV, and after creating the file system, what we can do, we can mount it. Mount it on a directory to use, and by command mount with the path which is under dev ali1, and then you will mention the directory name. I will say like directory name, whatever the directory you want to mount, and after that we can make it permanent. To make it persistent mount, that means after reboot also our partition must be mounted. We make what? Add entry in FSTep file. And how we add that? By using the BLK ID, by getting the BLK ID and then adding it. Now we have done it previously also. So what we'll do first we will get the BLK ID, we get the UUID, get the UUID, and then open the file, open FSTep file to edit, and what we edit there, we edit this entry. So we add this entry like this. After adding the entry, we'll do what? We save it by using WQ, colon WQ. And then it is saved. Now we know how we can create the LV and how we can use it. How we can use it by mounting it on a directory and making it persistent. And also to verify fs step file config creation. What we do, we mount this. If it is mounted, and then we do what? We run mount -a command. So then we will know like it is okay or not. And if it is giving any error, that means you are not giving a proper entry in a fstep file, and if you restart the system you will get into the problem. And if it is not giving any error, that means you have done right configuration in the fstep file and you can reboot your system. You will not face any problem. Now after this, what we do now we'll see how we can manage it. Now for managing it, what we do, now we'll see what managing LVM. Now managing LVM, the first thing we'll see in managing LVM is, like I said, it's give you the flexibility to change the size of the LV. That if you have created the LV of 800 MB, then you can extend the size. That means you want more than 800 MB, then you can do that without losing the data. You can do extend the size of standard partition also, but that is what after losing the data. That means you have to delete the partition and then you can create new partition. But LV give you flexibility to increase the size, extend the partition, extend the LVM without losing your data. Now how we'll do that? So we can do what? First we can extend LVM partition and without losing data. So we can extend LVM partition without losing data, and that we will do by using what? These commands. So suppose for example, what my LV size is, what my LVM partition size is, what it is 800 MB, but now I required more than 800. Like let's say I want 1100 MB. So what I can do, I can extend the size and without losing the data. Now you have to just make sure one thing, that you can extend the size you can extend the size only if it is available. If it is available, if it is available in if it is available in your volume group. Remember, if it is available in your volume group, that means if your volume group is already allocated all the space, then you will not able to increase the size. Then you have to do what? Then you have to increase your volume group size. And how you will increase the size of volume group? By adding new PVs. So you can create new physical volume, and then you can add those new physical volume into the volume group to extend the size of volume group, and then you can increase the PV, or you can create new LV. Then you can create new LVs, or even you can extend the size of existing LVs. So first you have to verify that your VG is having a enough size that you want to increase. My size is 800, and I want to increase 1100 to 1100. That means I want 300 more. So we should know that our VG should have that much space or not, and for that we can check by using VG display command. Let's check that one. So now I want to check, then I will give VG display command, and I can see now that VG size is this, the PE size is this, total PE is this. Now allocated PEs is 680. 680 PEs are already allocated because we created two PEs, two LVs, and the size is 2.66 GB is already used. So available free size is what? 85 PEs, and in MBs it is actually 340 MB is already. It is only we have 340 MB remaining. So if I want to increase the size, then I can go up to only this 340, because I have only this size remaining in our VG. So now I need 800 to 1100, and that means I can use this 300 MB to increase the LV size. So I can do that. So now how we can do this? So for doing that, to extending the size of the LV, we can do what? We can use a simple command. So to extend the size of LVM or LVs, we use this command, LV extend. LV extend is the command to extend the size of LV. Let's say our LV is this is our LV Pali 1, and it is 800 MB, and I want to increase the size to 1100. So now what? I will give command LV extend, then I will mention the size. Now again, if you want to mention the size, then again if you want to mention it in MB and GB, then you can mention it by using capital L, or if you want to mention the size in PEs, and you know how much PEs you need, then you can mention it in small l. I will give for capital L, I want the total size of 1100 MB, and which PE, which LV. So I will mention this is my LV which I want to extend to 1100. That means I want the total size of 1100. It is not I am saying add 300 and become 1100. It is I am saying extend it to 1100. That means total size I want 1100. Now I click enter, and now what it is saying, the size of the logical volume change from 800, which is 200 extends, to 1.7 GB, which is 275 extends. I said 1100, and it is giving me what? 1.07. It is just losing some space for the file system. but it is actually 1100 and it is successfully resized. Now, do we have lose the data? No, we did not lose any data, or I think we have not created any data. Let's check. Is it still mounted? DF-H capital T. So it is still mounted on LV1 and I can still access the directory. It is not corrupted. I can still go to the directory and I can still create the files. Let's say I create one file here. Extending size of LV. So this is the data I created. So I still have a data and I still extended the size. Now when I check the LV display command to check how much size I increased, so now it is showing that I have increased the size and now it is 1.07, that is actually 1100 MB. So it is increased, the size is changed. I have increased the size, I have extended the LVM. But there is a small problem here. The problem is this: if I check with the df-h command, it shows that this is still, it is XFS and it is still mounted on LV1 directory, but what is the size it is showing? And you can see it is still showing what? It is still showing 800 MB. It is not showing 1100 which we increased. If you check LV display command, if you check is it LV is extended, then it shows that yes, the LV is extended. You see the LV is extended, but actual size we are not using. It is still using 800 MB. Now what is the problem here? Why it is still showing 800 and why it is not showing 1100 there? Now what is the problem here? Now the problem is file system. The problem is file system. Problem is file system. What happened here when I created the partition? Like when I created the LV. So for example, this is my LV and this is 800 MB. Now this is 800 MB LV, and now after creating the LV, I did what? I created the file system. So when I created the file system was created for 800 MB. Remember, it is created for 800 MB, and that is why we see the size of 800 MB. That means it is created for 800 MB. Now what I did now, I extended the size of LV. So I extended the size of LV here. Now the size of the LV is extended, but the file system is still 800 MB. It is still not extended. It is still 800 MB. It is like it is like you're increasing the walls of your room, but your furniture are still in the same place. So for using the free space, you have to increase your furniture also. That means after extending the size of the LV, we have to extend the file system also. We have to extend the file system to fill this all available space. Now that is the point here when you say that you will create or you can extend the data, you can extend the partition, LV partition, without losing the data. You can extend the file system, but you cannot extend normal standard partition. That is the point. In normal standard partitions, what you do, you delete the partition and then you can create new. And when you delete, you actually remove the current file system. And when you remove the current file system and you create new file system, then actually you are removing the data. But what in LV we can extend the size of LV, and then we can extend the size of file system. So file system we can extend, but we cannot extend the boundaries of the partition. But in LV we can extend the boundaries of the partition. So here, if you want to extend the size of LV, so first you do what? You extend the LV. So it is like extending the size of your boundary of your room, and then you will extend the file system. Remember, you cannot extend file system and then extend the LV. So if you want to extend the partition, LVM partition, so first you extend the LV and then you will extend the file system. So when you want to extend the file system, so there are some points you should remember. So first is what? When you wants to extend LVM partition, so first what you have to do, first you will extend the LVM partition, and then you have to extend the file system. Otherwise it will show the old size, and you will not able to use the size. So after extending the file system, extending the LVM partition, you have to extend the partition file system also. Otherwise it will still show the old size, and you can use the old size. And to verify, remember to verify, if you use LV display, it will show that it is extended, but actually it is not extended because of the file system. So to verify the LVM partition extended or not, you should use which command? You should use df-h command. This will show you the real picture. So what I want to extend the file system, extend the partition, LVM partition. So the command for the partition extended is lv extend. So the first thing I will do, what? I will extend the partition by using LV extend, size in MB/GB, and then I will mention my LV name. So this is how we extended the LVM, but still it is using the same old size. It is still using the old size, which is 800 MB, and that is why, because of the file system. So now what? We want to extend the file system also. Now this thing depends on our file system, at which file system we are using. So if we want to extend the file system, so the thing and the command is depending on the file system which we are using. We use in Linux RHEL 7, we can use ext file system, Either we can use ext2, 3 or 4. 4 is the latest one, advanced one, and we can use the default one, that is XFS. Now it depends on the file system that how we can extend the file system. So to extend, or I can say here, extending the file system depends on the type of file system. Type of file system we are using. So it depends on the type of file system we are using. Now not only extending, also I will show you the shrinking also, that we can shrink the LVM partition also. So extending and shrinking both depends on the type of file system we are using. So for doing this, it depends on the file system we are using. So which file system right now we are using? We are using XFS file system. So for extending the file system, we use the command for XFS. So right now we are doing what here? Extend file system, and this which we are using here is what? That is XFS. So in that case, in our case right now, it is XFS. So the command for extending the file system of XFS is grow XFS underscore growfs. So command for extending the file system of XFS. Now we can again verify that our LV is still, it is showing that it is extended by using this LV display command, but it is only showing about the LV. The file system is still using the same old size. We can verify by using the df command, and it is still showing 800. Now I want to extend. Now because it is using XFS file system, so for extending this LV partition, we use the command for XFS. Now the command for XFS is XFS, for managing the XFS file system, is XFS underscore growfs. Growfs, that means we want to extend the size of this file system. We want to grow the file system size, and then we will mention the LV size, LV which we want to extend. So dev sci1 and then poly1. Now if I give this command, so it will extend the file system to all the available size. That means whatever the size we have right now available in our LV, that is it was 800, now it is 1100, so it will make it 1100. But with this XFS growfs command, we have some options. So you can check the man page for this XFS growfs command, where you can see some of the additional options where you can extend the size of the file system for a particular size also. That means if you want only 1100, if you want only say 900, or if you want only 1000, so you can also do that. But I will extend it to total space what we have in this LV. Now it is what saying, it is change the file system. Now remember, changing the file system can delete the data. So it is not changing the file system, it is extending the size of file system. So it is not like deleting the existing file system and recreating the file system. It is just extending the size of the file system. So now when you check the size of the partition, now you can see it is showing 1.1 GB, and that is 1100 MB, and that is the exactly what size we have extended. So now it is what extended, the file system is also extended. But did we lose the data? So we check. In this we created the file, so we did not lose any data. The extending size of file, the data is still there, and we extended the LV partition without losing the data. So what we did first extended the LV, and then we extended the file system. One more thing, okay, for extending it, XFS underscore growfs, and then we will mention the LV path and name. So this is how we can extend the XFS file system. Now one more thing, when you extend the LV partition, when we extend the LV partition, we can extend LVM partition online. We can do it online. Now what the meaning of online? That means what? That means the partitions will still be mounted and the partition is in use. That means the partition will be mounted. That means the partition can remain mounted and can be in use. So we don't need to unmount the partition. It can be mounted and it can be in use, and we can still extend the size of the LV partition. So we can do this. Now we know how we can extend the partitions. Then we can know also, we should know that how we can shrink the partition also. So as I said, we can shrink the partition also. So now we will see how we can shrink the partition, shrink the LVM partition. Now when you want to shrink the LVM partition, and then I told you about the XFS file system, it has some drawbacks, and that is the drawbacks here is that you cannot shrink the file system. That means if you are using XFS file system and you created the partition of 1100 MB, that means you cannot decrease, you cannot shrink the partition. Actually you can shrink the LVM partition, but after shrinking the LVM partition you cannot shrink the file system because of XFS file system. So if we are using XFS file system, we cannot shrink the LVM partition because of XFS file system. So if you want to shrink the partition, so how it is going to work? Like if you want to shrink the partition, if it is XFS file system, you cannot do it. You will corrupt your partition and you lose the data. So you cannot do that, and you can do it only on in ext file system. So in ext file system you can extend the file system also, and you can shrink the file system, but you cannot do it in XFS. XFS does not support shrinking the file system. So that means if you want to shrink LVM partition with XFS file system, remember, with XFS file system, if he wants to shrink LVM partition with XFS file system, then it is not supported. it is not supported in XFS file system. So simple, we cannot do it, we cannot shrink it if we are using XFS file system. But if we are using ext file system, then we can do both. We can extend also and we can shrink also. So now what I will do, I will show you how we can use ext file system and how we can do it, extend the file system, and also we can shrink the file system also. Now to extend LVM partition with ext file system, and this is, we can extend the partition without losing the data. And so here, if we want to extend the file system with ext file system, now remember, we can do it online, and we can do it online, and also we can do what? First we have to increase the file system, increase the LV, we have to extend the LV partition, and then we can extend the file system. Same thing, and we can verify by using df command. Otherwise, if you use the LV display, it will show the proper thing, but the really file system it will not mention. And again, we can do it online, and we don't have to unmount our partition. But we did it for the XFS file system. Now we are doing it for the ext file system. Now for ext file system, what we will do here, I have created one more LV. This is the one LV which was Pali 1. I have created one more LV which is Pali 2. So I'm going to I'm going to create the ext file system on that, and then we will see how we can extend it. Okay, so we have two LVs, and this is the second LV we have, and the size of this LV is this. Okay, I will delete this because it is too much size, so I want to extend it. So first I will delete this one. So this is our LV which is Pali 2, and this is a size of 1.2, actually it is 1200 MB, and I want to increase it to let's say 1.8 GB, let's say 800 MB. So I want to increase it to 800 MB. I want to extend it. Now it is not having any file system, it is not mounted anywhere. So first I will create the ext file system in it, and then I will mount it on a directory, so that we can verify by using the df command, and we can create the data also, and we can see we can do it online. So what I will do first, mkfs dot ext. Now ext, I will use ext4 dev in Pali 2. Now this time remember, I created what? ext4 file system. It is ext file system. We have ext2, 3 and 4. 4 is the advanced one, so I'm using 4. Now I will create one directory, let's say lv2 under the slash, and then I will mount it this on lv2. We can verify by using df-h command, and it is showing here that it is 1.2, that is 1200 MB, and it is mounted on this directory. I will create some data into that. So I'll go to lv2 I create some data here. So this is ext file system I'm saying. So this is what I did. So we have a data also, we have a file in that partition, LV partition, and it is ext partition, ext file system, and it is of 1200 MB, that means 1.2 GB. Now I want to extend it to 1.8 GB, that means 1800 MB. Now remember, extending the size we can do it online, that means the partition can remain mounted, and also if any user is using the partition, if any user is creating any file in that, they can still do that, they will not face anything, and we will just extend the size. So we'll do it by using a command for ext file system. Remember, I said it depends on the file system which we use. So if we are using the XFS, so it depends the file system, the command will depend on the file system, and if we are using ext, so the command will depend on ext file system. But for extending the size of LV, the commands remain same, that is LV extend. So if we want to extend the file system, extend the LV partition, the command will be same and the process will also be same. That means first we will extend the size of the LV, and then we will extend the size of file system. So first we'll do what? We will extend the first we will extend LVM partition, and the command will be same for that, and that is what? LV extend, and then the size with capital L, whatever the size you want. For example, I want 800 MB, and then you will mention the LV name, that is our Pali 2. So the command for extending the size of LV is same. LV extend the size which you want, and the name of LV. Now it is extended, and we can verify by using LV display command, and it shows that it is extended to 1.8 GB, that is almost 1.76, it is almost 1.8 GB, but it is still not extended in reality. It is still using what? 1.2 GB, because the file system is still 1.2 GB, and this time the file system is ext4. Now we will extend the file system. Now for extending the file system, and because it is ext, the command is different. So for extending the ext file system, the command is resize to fs. The command is resize to fs, and then you will mention what file, what LV you want to extend, and which size you want to extend. And this is the command to extend the size of LV, size of ext file system, and the command is what? Resize to fs, and then you mention the LV name and then the size which you want to extend, and it is saying now the file system is on this, is now this block long, and it is resize and it is extended. And we can verify by using the df command, because it is show you the real size, and now it is showing what? 1.7 GB. It is actually almost 1.8 GB, 800 MB. Some size is going for the file system, and you can see the difference of this XFS and ext file system. You can see it is using less space for the file system also. It is showing 1.1 GB, 1100 MB total, but it is still using some space, some more space than that. Okay, but it is extended. So the command for extending the file system, ext file system, is this. So after this, we'll do what? To extend the file system, and it depends on the file system. The commands depend on the file system, that is ext file system. So the command is what? This. The command is resize to fs. Then you will mention the name of the LV, and then you will mention the size of your LV. Now we did not unmount the directory, we did not unmount the partition, we did it online. Everything is working, everything is running, and also the data is not deleted. So if we check, did we have a data available? So we can check in LV2. This is the file I created, and we can see the data is still there, the file is still there, it is not corrupted, and nothing happened to this. Now we know how we can extend the LV using ext file system, with the ext file system, because we cannot do it in XFS. No, we can do it in XFS extending, but we cannot do it shrinking. So shrink the file system, we can do it only on ext file system. Now shrinking LVM partition with ext file system, and that which we can do, that which we cannot do in XFS file system. Now there is a difference. When you want to shrink the file system, then what? You cannot do it online, you cannot do this online, and that means you have to unmount the partition. That means you have to unmount the LVM partition to shrink it. So if you want to do shrink the partition, LV partition, then you have to do what? You have to unmount the partition, otherwise you cannot do it. Now when you unmount the partition, when you do want to shrink, so first you unmount it and then you can do it. Now let's see. So what I will do here, it is actually mounted. We can see it is actually mounted. It is already mounted here, and also it is having a data is also there. Now what? I want to shrink it, and the size, the current size is what? 1800 MB. It is almost 1.76 GB. That means it is almost 800 MB. 1800 MB we can verify by using LV display command. It is 1.76, that is almost 1800 MB. Now we want to reduce the size to let's say I want to reduce it to 900 MB. Now If you want to reduce it, then you cannot do it online. So first you have to unmount it. So I will use unmount command to unmount the LV partition. Now it is online, it is unmounted. Now we can do decrease the size. Now to decrease the size of the LV, the command is very simple: LV resize. How much size you want to decrease? I want to decrease it to 900 MB. Then which one? So the partition, the LV partition is this Pily 2. Now when I press enter, it says warning. It gives me the warning. It says reducing active logical volume to 900 MB, and this may destroy your data. So do you really want to reduce the Pily 2? Yes or no? Now if I say no, then it will not do anything. But when I say yes at this time, what it will do, it will reduce the size of the LV to 900 MB, and it will corrupt my partition and I will lose everything. So if I do this right now, what happened? It will reduce the size, but it will corrupt my partition, and when I try to mount it again, I will see the problem. I cannot mount it because my partition is corrupt and I cannot use it now, and I will lose my all data. Now why I am saying this, let me say no first. So don't do it like this. Now why I am saying this? Because when you want to reduce the size of LV, so when you want to reduce the file system, reduce the LV partition, remember when we increased, so what we did, we increased the LV first. That means first we make a space, we make the space for the file system, and then we increase the file system so that file system can increase into that space. But now what we are doing, we are decreasing it. So if we decreasing, we have to decrease it. So let's say this is my LV partition, and right now it is 1800 MB. And the file system is also 1800 MB. Now if I do what? If I reduce the LV size directly to 900 MB, then what happened? It will corrupt my file system actually, because my file system is of 1800 and I suddenly decrease the size. I reduce the walls of my room, and the furniture is now the furnitures are still on the 1800 size. Then what happened? It will reduce, it will do what? It will destroy my furniture here, and in this partition what happened? It will destroy my file system, because my file system is of 1800 and I'm reducing the LV directly to 900. So what it will do? It will corrupt my file system, and when it is corrupted, then finish, you lose your data. You have to recreate the file system, and when you recreate the file system, actually you are removing the data. So if we don't want to do that, then the process for reducing the LV size is to reduce the partition, reduce the file system first. So if you want to reduce the LV size, so first we do what? We reduce the file system first. We reduce the file system to 900, and then we reduce what? The size of LV. And that is why we cannot do it online, and that is why we have to unmount the partition. So first we have to reduce the file system, and then we can reduce the size of LV. So for reducing, for shrinking the size, first what we have to do, for shrinking it, for shrinking the LVM partition, first we have to reduce the file system, and then we can reduce the size of LVM partition. So first we have to reduce the file system, and then we can reduce the LVM partition. And if you are using EXFS file system, then you cannot do that. It is not there, it is not supported. But if you are using ext file system, then only you can do this. So for reducing the size of LV, so for changing the size of the ext file system, the command is same, resize to fs. The command is same, resize to fs. And if you run that command, there is one more thing is there. So if suppose I run the command, I will show you this first. So the command is same, resize to fs. This is the same command, but let's see if I do it right now, what happened. Resize to fs, and I want to resize the Dev RE2, and I want to do resize to 900 MB. It is 1800 MB, and now I want to reduce it to 900 MB. Now when I press enter, it gives me one more option here. It says that first please run this command. Now this command means what? It is to check the ext file system. It is E2 file system check, FSCK. FSCK command is to check the file system for errors and other things. Now E2 FSCK command is to check the ext file system and check the errors, and also check that how many size are used and how many size are free. Because you don't know, the system don't know that how many size are still in use and how many size is remaining, because we want to reduce it to 900 MB and it was 1800 MB. So system don't know that how many size is still used. Maybe we are having already more than 900 MB data into that partition. So if you reduce it, then it can be a problem and it can be delete the data. So it is saying that first you should check your file system with this command, that how many size is free and how many size are used already. And then when you run this command, then what it knows that is it the case like it is going to delete some data or not. For example, if we have already using some data more than 900 MB, then when you run this command after doing check, when you run this command and we are having already more than 900 MB data, then it will give me an error. It will say like, do you want to do this, because it is going to delete some data. So we know that is it a problem or not. And if it is not, if suppose there is no space, it is enough space, like for example in our partition we don't have any data, so it is less than 900 MB and it is not going to delete anything, then what, it will not give me any error, any information or warning. It will not say do you want to do it or not, it will just directly do it. But if it is more than 900 MB data, and then it will give me the option that whether you want to do it or not. And it knows when it runs this command. So when it runs this command, then it knows that is it 900 MB, is it the data is less than 900 MB or more than 900 MB. But this command, remember, when you run this command to resize the LV, this will not know anything. That means this command don't know anything like what is the size of the LV right now, what is the size of the file system right now, and what is the size is used and what is the size is available. It don't know anything. It will always give you this option. It will always give you this option that whether you want to reduce it or not. And if you want to reduce, if it is reduced, it will lose the data. it will every time say that, but it don't know anything. But this command knows that whether your data is going to be deleted or not deleted. And this command knows that because of this file system check command. So first, if we want to reduce the file system, then what? First we have to run the file system check. So to reduce the ext file system, first we have to run file system check command, and that is this command. And F4 forcefully it will check your file system. And after that, after this, we can run command to reduce file system, that is ext file system. And the command is the same command which we use to extend it. This is the same command we use, resize to fs. And whatever the size we want. Now after this, now we can do what? We can reduce the size of LVM partition, and for that we use command lv resize with capital L option to give a size in LV, and then we can mention the LV name. Now after doing this, now we can do what? Now we can mount it. Now we can mount LV partition and verify. So for mounting and verify, we know the command mount and then for verifying we always use what? df hyphen capital T, or even we can use LV display also, but it will not show you the real scenario. It will show only what? The LV size. Okay, so first I will do what? I will run this E2 FSCK hyphen F and then Dev Saipali 2, and it is saying that it is checking how many sizes used and not used, and it is saying here 0.0%. it is contiguous because we are not having any size actually. And then I can run resize to fs, and now it is not saying anything because we are not having a much size and it is reducing the size. And then now we can run this LV resize command, and you see it will still show me do you want to do it or not. So now I know everything is okay, so I can do say yes, and it is now reduced. And then I can verify by using LV display command, and it can say like it is now 900 MB, and now I will mount it. And remember, if you done anything wrong, so it is not going to be mount, because your file system is corrupt. So if your file system is corrupt, it will not mount. It is mounted. We can verify by using this command, and now we can see ext4, and it is what this is mounted on this. It is at a 900 MB. We can verify the data also. Is it data is there or deleted? So data is still there and it is not deleted. So we reduce the file system, we reduce the LB size of ext file system. So this is what we do to manage our LVM partitions. We can extend the size, we can shrink the size, but extending can only be done in XFS file system. But if you are using ext file system, then you can do extend also, and you can also do shrink.